brand new day on Gillum Farms, and I am Johnny. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to check on our grass situation. If you remember earlier, we spread seed on the property with a cone spreader off the back of the tractor. Got a camera right here. GoPro 10 runs all the time. And I'm going to see what that's like. But I'm just driving in today. And the cattle are actually in this paddock right here right now. And this is the Mean Girls paddock, and apparently they're still finding plenty to eat, because whenever they don't find plenty to eat, they bums rush me whenever I come through the gate. And that's just an old term, guys. Nothing meant by it. But they will rush me whenever I come through the gate, and they're not rushing me, they're just out grazing. So they're still grazing in this paddock. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go down and check on the pond paddock, which is where most of the grass seed was put. I'm going to go down and check it out and see how it's doing. I also have to feed these over here. I feed the steer and Danny Star. I got to feed them today. But I'm glad to see these cattle aren't just freaking out whenever I'm driving in here, because they're, you know, they're just grazing away. All the calves. Everybody's just having a good old time. So, anyway, let's go down and check out the pond paddock and see how much grass we actually have down there. But what's always a lot of fun is watching these calves. They'll do this king of the mountain thing. They love to climb up on dirt piles. Yeah, and I might have a use for some of these as well while I'm down there checking on that. Some of them got a little bend in them, but I can straighten them out. Got the old U-shaped. Like I said, you can straighten them out to where you can use them. Various ways. This one's kind of got, push it back in there. Got a little jibby right here. Much better, much better. So we can use that now. I know it's hard to tell that, you know, by the videos and stuff like that, but the cattle haven't been down here in the pond paddock in a while. But they haven't been down here in the pond paddock in a while. They haven't been down here since the day that I saw Danny kind of moving this creep feeder. Well, not good. Danny has figured out that he can move the little creeper anywhere he wants to, pushing it around and getting what he wants out from underneath it. Where the calves will pull something out and drop it on the ground, he just puts his head in there and just starts pushing. So it's been, you know, you can tell by looking around there's no tracks or anything. There have been no cattle in here at all. The grass is starting to take off in this paddock. As a matter of fact, I want to go over here and show you something. If you'll remember from my video where I was spreading grass seed, this whole area under this, below this tree over here, was completely devoid of grass. There was no grass all the way from where you see the tracks of the road all the way to the tree. There was no grass whatsoever. And you can see in there now that there's grass. So that all came about from my spreading seed. So this is all grassed up, all up in there where I was feeding all the cattle. It's all got grass. There's a good green flush in here, and I really need to get those calves down here because I want to start them on the creep feeder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix a couple of things here to make sure that Danny's not moving the creep feeder. I'm going to look at the fence real quick, see what I need to do over there since that guy has put some cattle in there. I see he's over there dozing right now. He's over there on his dozer. Funny story about that. So I noticed he had a black baldy cow in there, and she had a beautiful calf. Beautiful. When I say calf, about as big as surprise. And then she's got there's another heifer in there. And I asked him the other day, I said, you know, whenever she comes in, Danny's going to walk right through that fence to get to her. He says, oh yeah? He said, well, that'll be all right. And I said, no, I really don't want Danny over there. And he goes, well, this here calf, that's Danny's. So the beautiful calf that he has is from Danny, and apparently when his cow got over in here last year, and whenever she got over in here, Danny bred her. But the thing about it is he says she's bred back, and she's bred by Danny again. So he's got 2 calves off our bull so far. I mean, he's got one in the oven and one on the ground. So anyway, I'd prefer that not happen. So I'm trying to make sure this fence is good enough to keep. I know it's just merely a suggestion. We'll probably have to run, imagine I'll probably have to run a hot wire all the way from down there, all the way to this point right here. I imagine I'll have to run a hot wire. I hate to do that because I know the deer are going to continuously tear it down. But I bet I end up having to run a hot wire as well as fix that barbed wire fence to keep Danny away from that cow. The fence all this way is good, and there's nowhere else he wants to even go out. So anyway, so let me get started on my little fixing this project here to keep Danny from walking off with the creep feeder. Alright, since Danny always tries to come in from this end right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these old T-posts and I'm going to drive them right here. And I'm using these old bent ones that I straightened out a while ago. I figured they'd be better here than anywhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of T-posts in here and drive this down. I'm going to anchor this down to these T-posts. Put another one right over here. Okay, I drove them pretty deep to hold that. So now let me get some wire and wire that off. What I did was I went and got a piece of barbed wire, old piece of barbed wire off the fence over there. And what I'm going to do, put on these gloves because that's gaucho wire. That stuff will get you. I'm going to take my pliers here. I'm going to pull this over into it like that. Take my pliers here. That barb come off. That's something that you don't want your cattle to eat right there, is one of the barbs off your barbed wire. So that's going to go with me. I would hate for the cattle to eat that because that will cause all kinds of issues. All kinds of issues. All right, I'm pull this around here to where it's kind of on the back side, because I really don't want to stick in them calves in the eye with it. They're trying to get up there and get something to eat. Now let's see if we can tighten this down. All right, that one's wired up. That ain't going nowhere. Danny can no longer move that. Well, he could. If he put everything he had into it, he could move it. But will he? No, he won't put everything he's got into it. All right, the next thing I have to do is this feed in here has hardened up a little bit because it rained and blew in there. I mean, it's been a while since anything's been down here. So I've got to get in here and move some of this feed out. You know, those calves can get through here, but it's tough on me. All right. What a mess. See if I can get out of here now. Let's go get some cows. All right, I wanted to show you where we're at. So I put in these T-posts right here and I've wired them down both sides. Got it good and tight there. So this can't be moved. I cleaned out all the moldy feed and got the feed coming out again. So that's the creep feed for the calves. This is the stuff I was beating up, beating out. You can see the mold in that right there. So I was getting all the moldy feed out of it. And now I've got good clean feed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that plate off until they eat all the feed that's in here. Once they eat all the feed that's in here, I will put the plate back on, put new feed in it, because that feed in there is still good. So anyway, let's go move some cows. Alrighty, let's see if they'll move. Sug, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Oh, look at them coming. They love to move. Sug, come on. Come on. Sure we got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, and 2 over there, that's right. Okay, let's go. Come on, guys. Sug. Sug, come on. Come on. Sug, sug, sug. All right, Oreo's already made it in. Here comes the rest. So let's count and make sure we got them all. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. She's a little happy. They're happy to be in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What we got? Let's see. We got all the calves. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got all the calves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 calves. We're missing Danny. Here he comes. Here he comes. Come on, Danny. Comes Danny back over that way. All right, Danny finally decided to make an appearance here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's what we should have in this paddock. So we're all set. And boy, they are attacking this grass. Loving every bit of it. We got a good pond over there too. So this is a good spot for them for a little bit. You want to test out your Surprise remembers the creep feeder. We'll go test it out. There he goes, right in there. Yep, going right after it. And that's the way the creep feeder is supposed to work, guys. And that's the whole reason I'm putting them in here, is I'm hoping these calves, hoping Surprise teaches these calves how to eat out of the creep feeder. So, anyway, cattle nutrition. And this is what it's all about, guys, right here on that seeding. There was absolutely no grass at all where those cattle are. It was bare dirt. I mean, it was absolute bare dirt a month ago. So now they're eating where there was bare dirt. And that's what it's all about. So they're all doing well. Little creeper's working out. Little Surprises in the creeper, so all good. They'll like it in here for a while. And we'll move them again. Like I said, it is hot today. But I've been sitting in my truck for a while waiting to see what Danny does whenever he goes to that creep feeder. And he's at the creep feeder. So he is trying to get in there. And I watched him just walk up, put his head in there and push. It moves, you know, you could see you could see it flex, but nothing gave. In other words, he wasn't able to lift it. He's used to just lifting it and pushing it backwards and then eating everything that's right where it's at. And that's what he's been doing, is just lifting it, push it back, and eat whatever's fell on the ground. Couldn't do it this time, so he's hopefully he's give up on it. So now that creep feeder is working as it's supposed to. There is inside there right now is Miracle, and I watched the other calf go in there. And what's going to happen is those calves are going to follow. Miracle followed Surprise in, so now Miracle has learned, and now all the other 4 calves will learn as well. So they'll all learn how to use that, and that'll cause a great big growth spurt on them while they're young. All right, that was a good little update. We got the creep feeder all rolling again. We got it tied down so Danny can't move it around. Let me turn this down a little bit. It is hot, guys. It's 80 degrees right now. So anyway, we got the creep feeder all locked down so Danny isn't moving it around anymore and the cattle aren't moving it. And we got the cattle moved over back into the back, so they're on better grass. And I showed kind of the green flush that came about because of all the seeding that we've done. And so yeah, good update. So anyway, if you like this type of video, like, comment, subscribe. We'll continue to bring more content in the future as available. And as always, everybody, God bless. So I got a tall truck. Got one. Got a good one.